We're back. We're back. Hey, let's chill.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
Oh, Teddy.
Let's
Jam.
see. Ooh, almost had a tech issue. I'm about to call. Ooh, come get us. Come get us.
So, you guys, we are back. We are, so we've been gone for a minute. Now we're back with the jump off.
Tim, we back.
We've actually been gone for a minute because somebody, and somebody else was out of the country. So I didn't get the phone call. So
Who?
You and Mr. Buck?
Yeah, we were. Me and Mr. Buck. We went to London.
Oh, were you at the Wireless Festival, or was you in the crowd with Nicki Minaj?
If I can use this on your hair and make you suffer,
it don't move.
I will put this in your hair and make you suffer.
It don't move.
No, we were there. One thing I've learned while me and Mr. Buck was there was American artists are more appreciated there versus in United States, because the United States is just ghetto and spoiled and all that other stuff. They are appreciated, like they love them being there. They value that whole time of them being there. And I was just like in a wow moment. I was like, wow, all these Caucasian people know all the words. So it was very interesting. It was hot. I did wear a mask. Probably 99.9% of everyone there didn't. Monkeypox is real over there. It's really, really heavy. So, you know, me and Mr. Buck wanted to make sure that we were being safe and using all safety precautions. You know, it was a big old thing when we came back to the United States. So, you know, had to quarantine. We'll still quarantine now because it's still within that time frame. I know they shortened the days, but I'm going old school COVID and following the full, you know, because there's new school COVID and they stay home for 3 days. Old school COVID.
Guys, if you get a notification of exposure from a party or a circuit event that you went to, please take it seriously and notify your health department as soon as possible so that you can get prophylactically vaccinated post-exposure. I have a friend that went to a pride party and the notification didn't even come out until like 10 days after the party and gave him a very narrow window to get vaccinated. He didn't do it, and now he's got monkeypox. So please take those notifications very seriously. Use it as a way to get your vaccine. Also, it's important right now, if you don't have to go to a circuit party or if you don't have to go to a big club event where you're going to be shirtless and dancing around, don't do it. If you don't, bathhouses are a big no right now. Please protect yourselves. I don't want to be that guy to tell you guys, hey, don't do this and don't do that. But there's some pretty risky stuff going on right now, and I've seen some pretty bad outcomes already with guys with terrible anal pain from anal lesions. I've heard about one guy with monkeypox in their eyes. Take this very seriously, guys. If you don't have to go, don't go.
Anal lesions, monkeypox in the eye. So what you're trying to tell me, people's busting nuts all over the place. How Lil Kim said, lay me on my back, busting nuts all in me. After 10 times we fucked, I think I bust twice. He was nice. Kept my neck filled with ice. I'm just saying, you got to take precautions, you know, the situations, because it's just disgusting. But for anybody, again, just to kind of reiterate, go back and forth again, I'm Adrian Ford. Welcome to the weekend session. This is my lovely co-host, QTheContentGuy, and we're just here for the weekend session. The topic today, yes. What's the topic today, Q?
I look real fat like this.
I mean, you're naturally fat.
But I look like Kelly Price. Remember when Kelly Price first came out?
Bitch, that was that first album,
she was on the album like this.
Bitch, fuck you.
You should have told me I wasn't all enough. You should have told me.
For my soul, I need a healing. No, do that pose again, the Kelly Price pose. How could you do it? How could you do it? Yeah, trace a liar and a cheater.
You know how I look like Jennifer Holiday.
Okay.
Tonight,
Can we talk about Jennifer Holiday for a second, then we get back to a regularly scheduled program? I always wondered when Jennifer Holiday would sing, what was it? It was like Tourette's syndrome, like she was having like an elastic orgasm. Oh, like that guy off of Twitter. Yeah. And y'all know who it is because y'all be going, I'm about to y'all know yes.
Tonight's topic is let's talk. As you can see, honey, we already have a fun show. Speaking of Twitter, so you've been out of the loop. The last 24 hours, I don't know if it's been a full 24 hours. We just gonna say it's been 24 hours.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and read because I got something really, really good that I posted on my Instagram. Let me go ahead and find it. I don't know if it's still up here. First, Orion's naked workout links leaked.
What?
Then Orlando Brown says Nick Cannon gave him some good head.
I heard it. He said he actually liked it.
And then he goes on to say, well, let me just play the clip for y'all.
Ooh.
Y'all see this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna have to refresh it. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go.
When's the last time you watched 106 in Park?
Last time it was hot.
What's the weather? What's the weather today, y'all?
When Little Bow Wow was on there.
You got a problem with Little Bow Wow?
I ain't got a problem with Little Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow got some bomb ass pussy.
Today, y'all.
It's hot.
The last time you watched 106 in Park?
Last time it was hot.
What's the weather? What's the weather today, y'all?
When Little Bow Wow was on there.
You got a problem with Little Bow Wow?
I ain't got a problem with Little Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow got some bomb ass pussy.
You got a problem with Little Bow Wow?
I ain't got a problem with Little Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow got some bomb ass pussy.
You got a problem with Little Bow Wow?
I ain't got a problem with Little Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow got some bomb ass pussy.
All right. For those who don't know what he's meaning by Little Bow Wow allegedly has some bomb ass pussy, meaning that Little Bow Wow's booty hole is the good wet. What do you think? Do you believe it?
Little Bow Wow, you just don't know when it moves so slow. So here's where I'm going to get ignorant. Because we can do that. It's our show. So, Orlando Brown went from being on Disney with Raven, back when Raven was normal, to being a crackhead, allegedly, to being on that stuff, allegedly, to getting his life saved, to look like he back on that.
Is that current him or is that an old?
That's current him. This is the current him after. Remember, he went on that whole. He was up in the trees with monkeys and lions and tigers, and then he went down to Joel Osteen Church and got his life saved.
I thought that was an old video.
No, this is a new video. So he went down. He went on down Joel Osteen Church and got himself saved, and now he back to being in the trees with Lion King and Tiger
So
King.
he allegedly relapsed.
But here's my thing now. He on that stuff. What he got to lose? And I done heard some stories about BOWWOW.
So
I done heard about somebody.
I mean, you gotta think about it. Orlando back in the day, you know what I mean? He was a cute little kid. And you know, that was their whole peer group. And you know, I mean, I've heard a lot of stories, you know, right now with Nick Cannon, especially allegedly Keenan and Kel, with Keenan's ex-wife, saying that, you know, they was in bed together and Nick Cannon was allegedly wearing a dress, you know, sexual favors, all that little realm of, you know, teens and sex and all that whole, you know, you see things and you put things in holes and you want to be a part of holes, even the movie Holes. A lot goes on with that. Orlando, like you said, he said, you know, Nick Cannon allegedly gave him oral sex, and he said he liked it. You know,
he was good at it.
He said he was good at it.
All I heard,
he said, Lil Bow Wow got that.
All I heard was
he said.
Oh, I was trying to get my drink. Because ice.
He said Lil Bow Wow had that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. So
he said, Lil Bow Wow, you just don't know the way you've been that thing
Little
over.
Bow Wow, you just don't know the way you throw that big pussy. The boys go This one, I'm going to leave it to the jury on this one. I don't know. Like, nothing really surprised me, but he was very clear. He said, you know, and normally guys, when you got good sex, they're like, yo, that's some bomb ass pussy. I'm gonna fuck you again. And I mean, there's people in my past that I've had, you know, fellowshipping with, and I was like, wow, I would definitely sleep with you again because it was so good. So Bow Wow might have that I wouldn't want to know, but Bow Wow might get that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. I mean, then again, he might have thought Lil Bow Wow was Little Mama. And
are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending? Is that what it is?
Allegedly, I wouldn't put it past him.
I'll put it past nobody.
Because I've read some stories about Chad Moss. Ain't that his name?
Yes.
Chad, about Chad, little Chad, doing things in Miami and people staying at his house for 5 days and
5 days stay.
Now, here's the thing, though, right? Does Bow Wow come out and say something, or does he not say anything?
If he's smart, he won't say nothing.
So, if he doesn't say anything, is that gonna make it look suspect, or is it just like I'm not paying that no mind?
If Bow Wow's smart for PR sense, because if you respond to it with any kind of way, people are gonna come at you. But if you ignore it and let it go and keep it moving as normal, it'll just sweep under the rug.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, Orlando ain't nobody.
I mean, and that's how it's gonna go. If you're smart, I wouldn't say nothing. I'm like, all right, make you believe what you want to believe. It might boost up Bow Wow's fan base because you know the girls love stories like that. You know, they might start listening to the music more. Like, who knows?
Remember Bow Wow was sitting on that jet? Can I get a window seat?
So you never know. But if I was smart, if I was Bow Wow, I wouldn't say anything.
I wouldn't say anything either because Nick.
I will let Orlando have his 2 minutes of fame.
And then why is you said was it not Keenan? Was it Keenan or Kel?
Kel.
Girl, first of all, ain't nobody paying Kel no mind, so I don't even know why she came out and said anything.
But I like Nick Cannon's response.
Oh, Nick Cannon responded?
Yes. He just went in. He's like, yes. Oh my God, it was so good. And all of a sudden, like Nick made it like funny.
That's something we would do.
Yeah, definitely some shit we do. Nick, every answer respond. Nick was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that dress." And I mean, yeah. So Nick's response was just like a typical Nick response because I would did, and he was laughing the whole time. So
I'd be like, I wonder if she's talking about the black one or the green one.
Mm-hmm. What, the Chanel dress?
Speaking of O's, Janae Aiko, baby daddy, was down there to the Twitter and the OnlyFans child jumping up and down, being uncut, doing exercises, and his thingy flapping everywhere, naked in the camera.
You want to go ahead and show that video for the video? Listen, you think about it. He's been behind the scenes from the beginning. But the thing is, people actually like him more than Omarion.
Oh.
And Omarion is the one who's in the limelight, but he's the one behind the scenes. And they're like, you know that one? You're like, girl, who that?
Girl,
I
think that's his brother. What's his name?
Who that?
Orion. Mm-hmm.
I wish he was O'Reilly. Auto parts.
Yeah.
Bitch. I'm just saying.
Well, he showed his auto part.
Well, he definitely showed his male auto parts, and it was swinging. So Janae must like big cocks
baby.
Because
let me say this.
Big Sean, they said, got bird to his knees.
Well, I know somebody whose cousin used to date Big Sean. And baby, Big Sean is
big. Literally, his name is what it is.
Huge Sean. That's what it needs to be.
Gigantic Sean. Yes.
I'll say this though. She know how to pick them.
She does.
She know how to pick them.
She does. One thing I could say, her taste, I never disagree with. She does what she does.
But you know, the thing is, Omarion be doing the same thing. He just keep his clothes on because Omarion put a print pitch up real quick.
Nobody looks at Omarion. Like, I think Omarion's the only person who looks at Omarion.
I think so too.
Because the reads that he's been getting from all his former bandmates has just been hilarious on Twitter.
But you know what I find interesting though? Remember back in the day, honey, you couldn't get a man to show his penis. Women would show their cooch and their
women used to show their titties. Now the penis is the new titties.
Yeah. Now honey, the man ain't got no problem showing their dick. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. The penis is the new titties. Yeah.
I wonder why D'Angelo never showed his penis. You think D'Angelo was naked in that video?
No.
I don't think so either. I think he had some low ride jeans.
I think he had on like a low thong or something like that. I mean, D'Angelo in that video was the definition of perfection. In the video, I had to give it to him. Like I said, D'Angelo's body was perfection in that video. Like when you say perfection, like he was perfection. I don't know what he looked like now, but he was perfection in that video. I was like, you know what? That man worked his ass off because when my body get like that, bitch, I'm gonna tell you this. No shirt for nothing. I'm gonna do weekend sessions with no shirt.
I'll be outside in that Chicago wind with no shirt on.
Listen.
I'm fine.
Okay, I'm fine. What? Perfection. Do you understand?
You can't handle it. I'm fine.
That's where I be at.
I wasn't impressed though. I was like, oh, okay, I've seen bigger.
Slut.
I also don't like uncut.
And to the viewers, they should already know.
I was still asleep. So, sleep. You know, I was still asleep at night.
Oh.
I'm still going to sleep at night.
Oh.
So let's stay on the R&B tip.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Brown.
Yes, Chris.
What was Chris' middle name? Christopher Bobby Bad Boy Brown.
Yes.
Oh, Chris Brown, Bobby Brown. Oh, look what I just did. a couple things about Chris. First of all, I love Chris Brown's new CD.
Oh, the album is everything. If no one has copped it yet, get it. Listen to all 127 songs. Chris Brown has, that's a solid piece of work. And normally when people make big albums like that, you're like, okay, they just come up with anything. No, it was like it was getting better and better as it was going down the track list. I was like, wait a minute now. What? And I just let it play while I was, cleaning the house. And Mr. Buck just sitting there watching TV while I was cleaning the house, but listening to Chris Brown. And listen, I was going in.
That's because Mr. Buck like Trey Songz.
Hey, look, he's shaking his head, right? Mr. Buck, goodbye.
I looked on Twitter and somebody was like, "This is not the best Chris Brown album." They was like, "X was better." I was like, "X was okay."
Was okay.
This album is everything.
This album's everything. But Chris Brown made a comment. I've seen him make a statement. He was just like, no one's appreciating, when I'm doing something positive. But the moment I do something negative, everybody wants to be on Chris Brown, this and that, this and that. Chris, if you are watching the show, and I hope one day you do watch this show, continue to do what you're doing, Chris. I like this new wave of Chris. I definitely like the whole energy and the vibe you're giving. Your artistry is amazing. I say continue to do it. I will still be a fan of your music, Chris, and your new album is off the goddamn chain. And if those who haven't heard it, please cop or get Chris's album, and support the man, because he has a good body of work, and there's not really good quality R&B out there. Everybody sounds like Jacquees. So I need y'all to really get it together and just, celebrate, real music out there. And kudos again, Chris Brown, for having an album that is awesome.
There really is no R&B music out.
No. The only person that can do good R&B that I like, but he's never going to get full exposure because of his sexuality, is Duran Bernard. Duran Bernard has great body of work. Anything he touches is like genius, but people are not going to give him his props, on mainstream like they should. Music is just perfect.
You never know. They're doing it for Saucy. They did it for Little Nas.
I want them to do for Duran because I think he deserves it. I think that his music speaks to a lot of people. And the thing is, he has a nice fan base. It's just that he's just not getting the recognition I think he should get.
I do agree with Chris Brown. Like, here's my thing. Like, Chris Brown is a bad boy. He's R&B's bad boy. However, Chris Brown never lost that voice.
No,
he never lost that talent. He still can dance his ass off. He still can sing his ass off. It ain't too many people. And no shade, no tea. No shade, no tea.
You gotta clap your hands. No motherfucking tea.
Chris Brown outdances Usher any day.
Any motherfucking day. Chris Brown's body of work, to me, when it versus is true, will outdo Usher's any day. I'm sorry. Usher, you only had one solid album in my book. That was always Confessions. But anything else?
No shade.
But Chris Brown?
And then Chris Brown got, that vocal, Usher and Chris Brown vocals, and I like Usher.
Usher Cole, he all right.
But that's my thing, though. Chris Brown can sing. Chris Brown can dance. Chris Brown is an entertainer. Chris Brown is the closest that we'll get to a Michael Jackson.
Yeah, no shade. I want Chris Brown to continue to act again. I want him to do more.
He can act.
I want him to do more roles.
So I get what he was saying. Like, the Rihanna shit, it was unfortunate. They have both moved on.
But one thing I can say about, and even we piggyback off the Rihanna thing, and I don't want to talk about this no more, but we never talked about it. But Chris Brown handled himself very well in that situation. He owned it, but also he never said his side.
Because people didn't want to hear it.
But everybody heard what Rihanna said. I think it's two sides of every story. Because I'm sure if he gave his side and what happened, you like, okay.
You notice her career got bigger after
that. Okay.
You notice her career got bigger after that.
Yes. But guess what?
Like,
Chris Brown had the biggest, but Chris Brown had a huge comeback right there too.
Kind of like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and all Rihanna was saying is, right now this nigga's putting his hands on me.
So continue with the Chris Brown, Miss T-Pain.
What was that for? The princess comment.
Miss T-Pain. Let's see. First of all, who T-Pain was talking to, I can't stand. DJ Academics is a clown. He's the biggest clown that the industry has. He's not even in the industry. He's not even a DJ. He's a clown.
The princess complex is when you not only get what you want, but you get the accolades of a pretty person for doing absolutely nothing and just being pretty. Now,
how do you overcome that then?
No. Go ahead. The second that the first real moment comes to you and say, "Hey."
So, T-Pain, hold on. You gonna tell me that Chris Brown is acting the way he's only gotten to where he's at because he's pretty?
No, absolutely not.
You're not gonna tell me that Chris Brown didn't get to where he at because he can sing and dance his ass off?
And his work ethic is like sick.
T-Pain, you've been using auto-tune for how long? We just found out that you could actually carry a note.
But my thing is, again, that goes to show. But the thing is, he's been calling Chris Brown pretty for the longest time, though. You know, even the song they did, Kiss Kiss, he's like pretty boy, nappy boy. So my thing is, again, if you want to call yourself ugly and put yourself down, that's on you. Yeah. Chris Brown actually worked and actually can sing and perform and, you know, sold. Do we want to look at Chris Brown's record sales?
Let me look at Chris Brown.
Do we want to look at T-Pain versus Chris Brown record sales?
Hold on, let me look
at
that.
That got shit to do.
Chris Brown versus T-Pain record sales. I'm on Google for you, popping right on up. Oh, they don't have it. Let's see. T-Pain. T-Pain. So T-Pain only has one platinum album, and that's his second album. Let's look at Chris Brown. Christopher Brown. Oh, Christopher Maurice Brown. That's a black name for you.
Yes, Christopher Maurice. You can get your ass over here and clean and wash these dishes.
Christopher Maurice.
Christopher Maurice.
Girl,
I gotta come in there.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chris Brown has 8 platinum albums.
Oh, well, there you have it.
Some of those albums are 3 times platinum, 4 times platinum. Oh, matter of fact, Chris's second album that came out the same year as T-Pain's album, T-Pain only did 800,000 sales in total. Chris Brown did 2 million sales in total. But you know, he's pretty, so.
Yeah, and they only brought this album because he looked like this. No, they brought it because it was good quality music and the guy has talent. So I don't that stigma, that colorism bullshit, it just drives me crazy all the time. Like, just give the man credit. He's an artist and he's actually good. So, but the thing I like about Chris Brown don't shit talking about him.
Well, he gives props to people. He gave it to Mario. He gave it to Omarion. He gives props to people. Why, if I'm Chris Brown, why the fuck am I giving a shit talk? What's that gonna do for me? I already know I'm better than you.
Labba dabba, that kiss, cause you're jealous of me.
More R&B niggas. Roberta Kelly.
What's she do now?
She's reportedly engaged to the sex victim Joycelyn Savage.
You know what, R. Kelly? Stay in jail. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he probably gonna die in jail.
Yeah, but listen, R. Kelly, listen. Now they gonna say R. Kelly got some good pussy. Whatever. The way they gonna blow that back out. R. Kelly, listen.
In a letter, R. Kelly asks for a lighter sentence because he's engaged and deeply in love with Joycelyn Savage.
Joycelyn out here getting her life.
She said, "My name is Joycelyn Savage, and I'm Roberta Kelly's fiance. I'm writing this in support of Roberta in advance of his sentencing. I'm in love with him, and I need him out of jail so he can molest more young girls." He's amazing at what he does. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. Oh, bitch, they shady. They said, Savage went on to describe her relationship with Kelly as amazing and called the star, who was found guilty of 9 charges he faces, including racketeering, bribery, and sex trafficking, the best that has ever happened to me. We have a very special connection. We are deeply in love.
But you know what, though? On a deeper perspective, that is a trauma-based mindset of some people, where they become emotionally attached to the, accuser, and they make excuses, for the behavior as quote unquote normal. Listen, that girl got so many psychological issues that Roberta has placed on that poor girl. My thing is, again, Roberta, girl, just go on, continue to be a versatile bottom in jail and just get your, I don't know if they want to do it to her because she got herpes, right? Allegedly. She got something she gave the girls.
Savage says about her fiance, he's very determined and focused on his goals. And that the thing that has said about him and with me and other women being held against his will is absolutely untrue.
Girls, too late.
It breaks my heart that the government has created a narrative that I'm a victim. I'm a grown woman and can speak for myself, which is why I wanted to provide this letter to the court. He's a great man. He has a great heart. He deserves to be home with his loved ones who really support him. It took all his money. It didn't help him get a reading education, and they won't no longer play his music on iTunes, or they're not doing anything for Rob.
Yes, they are. His music is on iTunes still.
I thought they took it off.
No, it's there.
Let me look. I thought they took it off. What? Maybe it's just not in my iTunes. Now he had a song out in 2021 called No Problem.
No Problems. My whole thing is this, and I want y'all to, Q, get me on the single screen because I want to talk to these people about Roberta. Roberta Shamel Kelly. I want you to listen to this very, very clearly. And the young girl, whatever her name is, Scissors, Switzerland, whatever her name is, sweetie, nobody can deprive anybody for what they need to do when they need to do it. If this man knew that he had literacy issues with the money he had, he could have got himself an private education, but he chose not to. He chose to live off the brain of his penis versus the brain in his head. And therefore, his actions now have consequences, and now he is deemed unsafe for public, so therefore he is locked up in jail. Now, do we discredit his music? Absolutely not. I think he's a genius in his craft. But his personal life, sweetie, you are still caught up in the whole spill and spin of the trauma that you're dealing with. So now you're trying to get yourself out of it because this man now in jail, it's called jail talk. Anybody knows when a nigga is in jail, he gonna say, baby, you know I love you. I can't wait to get out of here. I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna do this. So all that false hope got your head in a spinning bottle. And now you're gonna defend what hurt others. Girl, you should be ashamed of yourself. But then again, you don't know no better. All you're gonna do is fall in line with the false hope of what that man behind bars is gonna give to you. I'm sorry, sis, but that versatile bottom needs to stay in jail. Back to you, Q.
And there you have it. They are going to jail, girl. You are going to jail.
You are going to jail.
You are not getting out. You're going to be in there forever. Forever.
30 years, girl.
30 years, girl. You got 30 years worth of dick, girl. 30 years worth of dick.
You young girl, get some new dick. Find somebody else.
She only 26.
Girl, you young. You ain't even 30 yet. Listen, you ain't even 30. He got 30. Girl, get it together.
Girl.
Now I'm gonna start reading your ass. Girl.
Where 5 octaves at though? Remember Sparkle? 5 octaves?
Yeah,
remember she let us know she had 5 octaves?
I'm trying to figure out where her 5 octaves were. I've only heard Sparkle sing in 2 octaves, which is a falsetto range and her regular tone. I didn't hear anything in between. Maybe she told them to say that so people can look at her. La, 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 la. 2 years ago, this was all I had. Wait a minute. Let me finish. 2 years ago. If that's a 5 octave range, then
30 years from now.
She said, if the shoe fits. She said, na, 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 na. Maybe that was a 5 octave range right there.
30 years from now, R. Kelly is gonna be free. Wait a minute. I'm not finished. Girl, like we said, girl, go find somebody else. Or even if R. Kelly was out of jail, girl, he broke and ain't nobody checking him. Nobody's gonna book him. R. Kelly is played out. We don't give a fuck about R. Kelly anymore.
Look, find something safe to do, girl.
Because R. Kelly ain't it. Because R. Kelly ain't it.
Bitch, at all.
R. Kelly is not it.
Go on, find something else safe to do, girl. Maybe you want to focus on your education. Maybe you want to, take a look. It's in a book. The Reading Rainbow. Yeah. Did you see that church jaw I gave you?
That old church Whitney Houston jaw.
Rainbow.
Yes. Speaking of rainbows, Bad Boys Club. Miss Mulan has a cease and desist against Zeus Networking. The same girl that she's the baddest. The same girl that can beat everybody. The same girl that don't get her back blown out. The same girl that do anything for attention.
Girl, she make my ass itch. I can't with her. But wait, why did somebody say? Why did somebody say that Shamar? His new pictures. They said looking like Keisha Cole. I said, y'all know what? Y'all bitches. You get that new picture of Shamar?
Damn. Where is it at?
They said she is giving you Keisha Cole in her earlier years. Allegedly in those pictures that she's giving you.
Somebody said she like Regina King.
But no, bitch, they say Keisha Cole, bitch, and I hollered.
Where is it at? I got it. It say Regina King.
I seen the one that said Keisha Cole. Bitch, I'm so done.
Y'all about to hate me. Why I thought this was
why
Regina
not one
King.
lady like Angela Bassett, and what's love got to do with it though? She got some strong ass legs. I'm so done.
But you know what my favorite video is?
If you play that song, Discipline, bitch, I'm leaving.
No. My favorite video.
Oh.
And I just have to find it. So let's just keep talking while I find it. But when I find it, y'all gonna love it. Yeah, Bad Boys Club. Miss Mulan, she's suing the girls because I actually don't know why she's suing the girls. Here it is. Oh, look at you. I love you.
My thing is, she's always angry. She's always yelling and screaming and hollering, and somebody always did something to her. I said, girl, if you focus on just ignoring people, you'd probably be a happier person. But I don't know. It just like her breath stank.
I love you. You know this is for the cameras. Boy, I know.
You claim I like my discipline.
Look at you. When that back straighten out tonight, it's going to be on.
Discipline me.
Damn. What's that? Bad bitch.
Oh.
But she was down there at the Bad Boys Club in Atlanta, fighting, falling in bushes and shit. But the Bad Boys, so as they haven't filmed they haven't picked out the actual Bad Boys for the new season. However, they released a trailer for Bad Boys auditions in Houston because the girls were so turned up in Houston. But my thing is this.
Houston's where COVID originated from.
Y'all down Houston in Florida. Y'all down there for Zeus, child, and Zeus paying y'all pennies. Pennies.
Bro, they want exposure so they can think that they're
fighting
reality.
And shit.
Yeah, so they can be a reality legend. That's what they think.
But honey, all the reality girls never got into a fight except for one.
Right.
And that was Tammy. Nene never got into a fight. New York never got into a fight.
New York did. She attacked people, and yeah, she had some moments. Yeah, but I was looking at your shirt. Where'd you get that from?
Oh, honey. Oh, I guess if I get a green screen, y'all can see it. Hold on, y'all, so y'all can see my shirt.
Yes, let me see that shirt. Yes, I love it. Where'd you get that from? Bitch, I hate you, bitch. So where'd you get that shirt from?
Baby, you got my love on top. Ooh, you're the one that I love. This is an Atlanta exclusive. I got this from China Atlanta. I wore this to China Atlanta. This is actually a vintage 2016, 2017, fresh off the runway.
Oh, so that came from China Atlanta.
Fresh off the runway from China Atlanta, off of the high falutency, high fashion world of China Atlanta.
Yes, China Atlanta for the high fashion. I'm basic as fuck, just wearing a Michael Kors shirt. Right, yes, for China Atlanta.
Right off Peachtree.
Yes, Peachtree. It can be a peach tree, a beautiful nightmare.
This shirt also makes me look like a fat ass Kelly Price.
See, I was the one who picked her up when so-called friends let her down.
So the only reason why I'm on Kelly Price ass like this because I saw an old clip of her when she was trying to fight Shantae Moore. And I said, Kelly Price, stop acting the way that you acting, girl.
And I love how Shantae Moore was like, bitch, I ain't scared of you. And I'm going to pay you dust, bitch.
Fat ass.
And I'm still relevant.
Bitch. If
it wasn't
for Mariah, bitch, we wouldn't know who the fuck you was.
At all.
Anyway, Honey, speaking of Mariah Carey, Nick Cannon said he's still in love with her.
And Mariah Carey saying you can kick rocks because you're community dick. And she's not going to stick beside you.
Moving on. So, Amy Winehouse biopic is back in production. Amy Winehouse, the estate for the Amy Winehouse, I don't know what, something happened and they stopped for a second, then they picked it back up. So in a few weeks, they'll be searching for somebody to play Amy Winehouse. I don't know.
They better motherfucking be good.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't even know anybody that could. I'm sure somebody.
Maybe it's an actor overseas.
Somebody, because I'm like, who looks like Amy Winehouse?
It has to be an actor overseas. I don't want nobody in America to play Amy Winehouse. I want a true actor that's maybe good overseas. So yeah, please don't be an American. If whoever's doing this, y'all watching this, please let it be an actress from the UK, not over here. Please.
Yeah, because for me, there's only 4 good biopics. What's Love Got to Do with It?
Mm-hmm.
Selena.
Mm-hmm.
The TLC, actually 5. The TLC movie.
Mm-hmm.
New Edition.
Mm-hmm.
And Queen.
Oh, yes.
Because
bitch, Queen was everything, bitch.
I think his name is Romney. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not sure that's how you say his name.
He looked just like him. That was scary.
He killed that fucking role. So yeah, I agree. It needs to be somebody that it needs to be nobody
also,
famous.
I can't deny that one. Ray was good.
Oh yeah.
Jamie Foxx did the hell out of Ray Charles. Gotta give it to him.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yep. Pat Houston. Pat.
Go on single screen. Please talk to Pat.
Pat and Pat people. Let Whitney rest. Whitney is with Chrissy, and she will Riri. Let her rest. Let Whitney. We don't need no biopics. We don't need another CBS special. We don't need to see her in 3D. We don't need to see her in 2D. We don't need to see her in 1D. We want Whitney to. We don't need no biopic. It ain't nothing else that you can tell us about Whitney Houston that we don't already fucking know. We know Whitney Houston was one of the greatest singers of all times. We know Whitney Houston was from the hood. We know Whitney Houston will check a bitch. We know Whitney Houston did drugs. We know Whitney Houston was a fairy godmother. We know Whitney Houston was a preacher wife. We know Whitney Houston was a bodyguard. We know Whitney Houston was waiting to exhale. We know everything, and we also know that Whitney Houston used to sparkle. We know everything we need to know about Whitney Houston. We don't need to know nothing else. So, Pat, sit your ass down. Sissy Houston. Call Pat and cuss Pat out the same way you was on stage making faces at Aretha. That's what you need to be doing to Pat.
You heard it first. Pat, get your shit together because you're getting my goddamn nerves and everybody else who loves Whitney.
So I'm here for the Amy Winehouse documentary. I'm
here for it.
I love the documentary. Did you ever see the documentary?
Yes.
I was here for the documentary. I'm here for the biopic if it's done right, because we will be criticizing if it's not. We don't need nothing else, Whitney. Nothing else, Whitney.
Leave it alone. Nothing else, Whitney.
Now, if you want to talk about biopics, I wouldn't mind seeing a Luther Vandross biopic. If y'all gonna tell the truth.
Y'all gonna tell the truth, child.
A Donny Hathaway biopic.
I would love to see that.
Who else?
I would like to see a good Prince one.
Ooh.
It has to be like legit Prince shit.
Ooh.
Now that will be a motherfucker I would watch. I would look at the movies to see Prince biopic.
What about Michael Jackson biopic?
No, I'm more interested.
Remember when Flex and Alexander threw that?
We're not gonna talk about that.
He went on down to the Home Depot and threw that paint on his face.
We're not gonna do that. We put that whitewash on his face and thought that was something cute. Child,
honey, was looking like
what they said. They said, "What's whitewash?" I said, "Honey, it's cheap paint."
Honey, so therefore,
like this. Bitch, would have set it off wig, child, and thought he was doing something.
Hey, welcome to Neverland.
Child, with that set it off wig, child, looking like Lord, what is his name? Lord.
Oh, I know you're talking about. I can't think of the name. Let's stay on this for a minute. What made Flex think he could play Michael Jackson?
Some rinky-dink producer.
Shanice, when your husband came out the trailer and he had that white paint on from the Home Depot, girl, you ain't say nothing?
Because he don't look nothing like Michael motherfucking Jackson.
When your husband came out there with that white paint on, child, about as white as this damn cord, Shanice, you ain't say nothing?
Shanice ain't say shit, child. Shanice is waiting for that check to clear, child. She's going out there and make an ass for yourself. Bring her that money.
Shanice, I'm talking to you, girl. You and Flex that damn broke that you had that man go down there to the Home Depot and throw that paint on his face.
Indeed.
And VH1, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Ashamed of yourself. Like I said, Michael Jackson, we all know, but I'm curious about Prince. I want to see everything because Prince started a lot of stuff behind the scenes that people didn't know that are successful now because of Prince. Prince launched a lot of great things, and I want to know it all. My thing is, I'm so curious about Prince.
He taught a lot of people to get the right to their records, to own their records.
Yeah, so I would love to see Prince's story. I would love to see Anita Baker's story. Actually, as wild as it is, I want to see Patti LaBelle's and Shaka Khan's story. So there's a lot of great artists in the past that I would love to see their story. I'm like, wow.
I would love to see the real Aretha Franklin story.
The real Aretha Franklin story without its edits. But Jennifer Hudson did a great job.
Oh, she did a great job. She did an excellent job. The problem that I have with Jennifer is she now think those are her songs when she go out and sing it. Escape has a biopic coming out.
If they tell the truth.
I think they're going to tell the truth because they've already told the truth. Also, Escape and SWV have a TV show coming out later this fall.
I'm going to watch it because you know who's funny, though? Lily.
Lily's funny.
Lily is funny. One of the funniest ones. I'll tell you in person who is gorgeous is Taj.
Taj is absolutely gorgeous. If no one
face
card never declines.
Face card never declines. I met Taj in LA probably 2 or 3 years ago in Waffle. Matter of fact, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I met her there. And my thing is, when you look at Taj, she barely had on makeup. Face beat, skin flawless. I was like, Taj, you're a pretty girl. And then I was going back, like, throwback, watching SAV's old video. I was like, bitch, that motherfucking video, use your heart. And the way Taj is giving you face, bitch, in that motherfucking video, I was like, she's like, just a second. I look at my watch's dial, and you love me, pampered me just like a child. I said, who's doing the deal with SWV? They said, that's Taj. I said, yes, Taj. Speaking of SWV, recently Coco's son Michael has done a photo shoot.
He did a photo shoot?
Yeah.
What's he on?
If you look up the if you do Google search, Michael, I forgot his last name. Coco's son Michael, he just recently did a photo shoot.
Coco's son. Photo. I don't see it.
Yeah, he just recently did a photo shoot. It was like in leather and like some pink thing, and I said he just looked like Coco in a male version.
You know what he looked like in this picture right here? I'm Nicki Minaj. I'm the baddest chick for all time.
Is it safe to come back?
You can come back. And in this picture, he's saying, "Oh, I can finally breathe."
But you know what? He can say
in this picture, he's saying, "Come to the beach, beach."
You gotta leave Michael alone. Michael's a nice kid. He definitely has Coco's attitude. Yes, that's the photo shoot. He definitely has his mother's attitude. Yeah. Listen, and Coco made them same poses when she was in SWV.
So remember when they were doing verses and we didn't know that Coco had that alleged incident outside her hotel room that we still haven't heard.
We still haven't heard anything
the news talk about it. Anything?
I researched it and heard nothing about that night of somebody getting killed in front of. None of that.
Honey, Coco know what it was sis, we were seeing your motherfucking attitude and the audience was not here for it. Because see, we ain't had to put up with it.
Yes, my thing is, if you witnessed a murder, wouldn't the news say, Coco is, yeah, you would be a witness to something. Testimony, no TMZ, nothing talked about it. Girl, you just giving me the whole, and nobody's here for it.
Like you were the best thing up there, Coco. Let us not remind
you, honey. Everybody was listening to Escape sung the same song twice. That's how much the crowd wanted to hear Escape. SWV, everybody knows I love SWV. I even got the music people don't listen to. But that night was Escape's night.
Well, Coco's attitude is trash anyway. Coco always had an attitude problem. So I'm interested on how this show's going to play out because Coco got an attitude problem. She got an ego problem. I mean, why y'all ain't tell me about no food?
Listen, the funniest ones on the show is going to be Lily and Tamika.
Tamika and her bad body. I can't wait to see Tiny on there.
Just a second, I look at my watch's dial, and Trey loved me, pampered me just like a child. As we lay, I close my eyes and I smile, and we'll real love purify.
Use your hole in my mouth. My last.
You hear that, Bow Wow? Use your hole in that mouth. Use your hole in that my mouth.
Bow Wow, honey. Bow Wow, like Megan Thee Stallion said, honey, you can't buy this puss.
Use your hole in that bitch. I hate you. Cause Trey got time and I got time.
Unify.
When's the last time you watched 106 in Park?
Last time it was hot.
What's the weather today, y'all?
When Little Bow Wow was on there.
You got a problem with Little Bow Wow?
I ain't got a problem with Little Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow got some bomb ass pussy.
Say what now?
Your hole in that my mouth. Listen, our viewers are gonna listen to this and like, our viewers are gonna be in the car jamming this. I'm like, use your hole.
Use your hole in my mind.
Bitch, where did you get that?
Baby, unify. You know me, child. Shit come on top of my head. Honey, because I'll never forget my one of my biggest hits. Up in the club, she wore her purse, you wore yours too. She decided to dip, you dip right back through with all the pain. So the last story that I have is Miss Wendy Williams and Miss Sherri Shepherd. So Wendy Williams' social handles are all being turned into the Sherri Shepherd Show social handles. For a minute, they had took Wendy Williams' YouTube page down. My thing is, what is going on that y'all are doing this to Wendy? And Sherri, daughter,
You mean Sherri one season?
I like you, Sherri. I really do. But if you didn't get your own show when you left The View, and if your TV shows that you had wouldn't go past a certain season, what makes you think your talk show gonna go past a certain season?
It's not. I'm sorry, Sherri.
And the thing is, go ahead.
They're gonna bump Sherri out, and they're gonna put the weekend sessions on, and we're gonna have a whole show
with our own social handles, and our guest will be Wendy Williams. Here's the thing, Sherri. A lot of this is not your fault, but a lot of it is your fault. You were a great co-host on the Wendy Williams show. You kept the ratings up on the Wendy Williams show. However, you're taking half of her producers, you're taking her sets, you're taking the people who created the Wendy Williams show, and you're taking her social handles. And I don't know if you know this, Sherri, but Wendy has a very loyal fan base. That's the reason why she had the #1 talk show on TV for 13 seasons. They're not going to give you the same grace. Sorry.
And when Wendy does that podcast, they're all going to be over there.
So good luck to you and Jennifer Hudson.
Ciao.
I don't know why. I don't know why Jennifer Hudson is getting a talk show.
Ciao.
I don't.
Ciao.
Is Jennifer Hudson a singer or is she an actress? Ciao. Is she what is she?
Ciao.
Why is she getting a talk show? Do you know why she's getting a talk show?
I'm the Jennifer Hudson. Oh God, I see that.
And then she's taking Ellen's old stage. I'm like, y'all just giving shit to people. Now let's talk about this podcast. How do you feel about Wendy Williams in this podcast?
I mean, she said she's going to do something different. Watching the interview, I definitely see that Wendy was all over the place. If she gets it right and does it right, I think the podcast will be very successful. If she's in a good headspace to do it, and in a comfortable environment to do what she needs to do, I think that Wendy will do amazing. But again, Wendy's one day. So it's like, you got to figure it out.
Do you think it's too soon?
I'm going to say yes and no.
Okay.
But I would just want to make sure that Wendy is okay when she does it. Because once she launches it, she's going to have a huge fan base. It's going to chime right in on it, because they want to hear Wendy. We love hearing Wendy. So my thing is, but I don't want Wendy to lose her element. Wendy, be Wendy. Continue to be that Wendy and get back into that raw radio mode. And now on podcast, you can really say what the hell you want to say. So,
because let me tell you, if Wendy was in her right state of mind, like how we want her to be, baby, she would tear Sherri Shepherd up.
So my thing is, Wendy, I'm praying for Wendy for healing, and I want Wendy to get on that podcast. I want Wendy to fucking kill it. But the thing is, I like about the podcast, she can say what the fuck she wants to say.
I think it's too soon, though.
Yeah, like I said, it's in between. I just want her to be ready.
I don't know if she's ready, but it's because it's so confusing with Wendy, because Wendy has always been all over the place. I think that's why people like her. But first of all, let me say this, and we both experienced this. I don't see any signs of dementia.
No.
I don't see any signs of dementia. We've had people very close to us who have had that, and we know exactly what the signs are. I see 0 signs of dementia. What I do see,
everybody has a breakdown, a meltdown.
Yeah.
And she think about it, Wendy in the past 5-6 years dealt with a lot on her plate, especially from her divorced husband. So,
the one that's trying to get back with her because the money ran out.
Girl.
I'm interested. I like Wendy. But here's my other thing though, because I want it to be, because I want Wendy to make them regret getting rid of her.
Oh, they're going to.
I want the show to be successful because, however, though, if it's not successful, I don't see her getting another chance. On top of that, Wendy doesn't have anything else to prove to anybody. Wendy is the reason that we're doing this. Wendy is the reason that a lot of people are doing what they do. The Sherri Shepherd show, all these gossip, because Wendy was raw in them radio days. Honey, Total was outside getting ready to fuck Wendy up.
I remember.
Whitney called Wendy Williams and let her one of the most legendary radio interviews of all time. Mariah Carey walked out the studio. Beyonce hung up on her.
Miss Wendy.
It's Wendy. She ain't got nothing to prove.
Wendy ain't got nothing.
But I'm here for it though. If
it's successful.
Yes. If she do what she need to do. And again, we don't need nothing every day from you. You can give us 30 minutes.
Yeah, you don't have to be long.
You can give us an hour. You can give us one a week.
Yep. And motherfuckers watch it and listen to it.
I'm gonna listen. That's all I got, child. That's all you. That's what you. Oh, honey, did you see Elon and Orange Sickle fighting online?
Ooh,
honey, Elon read her with such class. Let me get the read out for you, child. But then I said, when did Orange Sickle get back on? When did she get back on Twitter?
Oh, she's back on Twitter?
Supposedly, child. Oh, breaking news. Reps confirmed that Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson are expecting a second child via surrogate. This was conceived prior to her learning about his child with somebody Nicole's.
I don't know why some black men get caught up in them Kardashians, but oh well. It looks like Kanye West's daughter, Northwest, I guess she made a little post to tell paparazzi to stop. It seems like she's very outspoken, says what she wants to say, so there's really no structure with that. She's definitely going to be entitled, very outspoken, and in the wrong hands, somebody might. Okay, so go ahead.
But I do think that she needs to, I do think they need to, when she's a child. Remember back in the day when Madonna would cover the baby up and Halle Berry went to court about stuff like that? I mean, it gets dangerous.
But my thing is, you're putting that child in the public eye, and this child is already, you're allowing the child to have, it's, you know, us growing up, there was no way in hell our parents was going to let us say what we wanted to do and all that other stuff. So if there's no structure, then you're going to get these behaviors. But again, what do I know?
More breaking news. Orion responds to his video. Somebody says, I'm here to chill and support though. Let's not get crazy. I appreciate y'all too. Sorry, but I didn't post the video on Twitter or Instagram because I'm aware of you shouldn't see that kind of content. Somebody says to him, bro, you did your thing. People will always have something to say. You encouraged me to push the button and post my content. Thank you for real. Orion says, if you don't like what I'm doing or how I'm doing it, don't look.
And the girls going to look. The girls and the guys are going to look.
Where is it at? Oh, here it is. Oompa Loompa and Elon take shots at each other. Donnie says Donnie says Eli would drop to his knees and beg if he had to tell him to do so. When Elon comes to the White House asking me for help on his many projects that are not complete, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere without substance, he'll be worthless. And telling me how he was a big Trump fan and Republican, I could have said drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. Now, Elon should focus on getting himself out of the Twitter mess because he could owe $44 billion for something that perhaps is worthless. Also, lots of competition for electric cars.
Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, oh, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bull, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not
Elon. Let me tell you something. They can say what they want to say about Trump. Trump will read a bitch. Trump will read a bitch and don't care.
Elon responds back and says, I don't hate the man, but it's time for Trump to hang it up and sail into the sunset. Dem should call off the attack. Don't make it so that Trump's only way to survive is to regain presidency. Trump will be 82 at the end of his term, which is too old to be chief executive of anything, let alone the United States of America. If DeSantis runs against Biden in 2024, then DeSantis will easily win his campaign.
Okay, speaking of Biden, did you see the recent video of Joe? Was that Joe Biden's son? Hunter Biden. I don't know, allegedly cooking crack or drugs on a thing and doing it. So videos. My thing is, again, live your best life. If that's what you feel that you're deemed safe to do, child.
Now wait a minute, motherfucking T-Pain, you doing too much. So I guess Boosie disagrees with T-Pain's recent comments about Tupac's lyricism. Boosie says, I don't like it when y'all shit on Tupac. If he was living, y'all wouldn't step or talk about Tupac. And then Death Row. Tupac was a great lyricist. You probably wouldn't understand him if you never been through the struggles that this world brings. T-Pain, I disagree. The lyrics and songs these days last a couple years and then they're gone because they don't have meaning. Lyrics don't touch your heart. So let's see what the fuck T-Pain had to say.
I imagine if Instagram and Twitter were popping, like when Pac was like beefing, like imagine how entertaining that would have been.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like and this gonna be some. And
Pac would have got killed sooner.
People going, not Pac would have got. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Pac would have got killed sooner.
Yeah.
And he would have got his 8 lyrics. What? Hey, yo. Lyricism wise, Pac would have got ridiculously murdered.
And I imagine if Instagram and
by who? You?
By who?
Who?
I imagine if
who? Who Tupac getting ate up by?
Because if we look at that era and who was the top lyricists of that era, Tupac, KRS-One, Biggie Smalls, Rakim. I don't see nobody in Nas. He was just coming up out of there. So where were I see these people? Where you at? You will never.
I would add Snoop to that list too.
Snoop, yeah, for the metaphors. But who was lyric? No, absolutely. Tupac. I mean, T-Pain. I hope he's not referring to him.
T-Pain must got an album coming out or music coming out because you keep coming for the greats. And why y'all keep talking like Boosie said? Tupac ain't here no more.
My thing is, boo, in Tupac's fan base, sweetie, your fan base will never touch his fan base.
Let me see. Oh, for once, I agree with Booty. If Tupac was still alive, I feel he wouldn't adjust to change like Jay-Z or Kanye West has. Don't mention Tupac's and y'all nonsense. His music still carries.
Bitch.
T-Pain is such a chatty little girl right now.
Come on, let's be real.
T-Pain, finish being nappy and making them horrible ass music and doing them dumb ass commercials and finish auto-tuning. Girl, ain't nobody buying your records, girl. You not Tupac. You not Chris Brown. You will never be that good, girl. You not selling records no more. You fat. You ugly. You always been fat. You always been ugly. Don't nobody want to fuck you. But and if they do, they desperate. And the reason why you had a big hit was because of Chris Brown. And the reason you're doing what you're doing is because of Tupac.
No, Tupac didn't do auto-tune. He used his real voice.
Oh, that's right. He wrote pen and pad.
He wrote, yeah.
Brenda Had a Baby, still relevant to this day. I Get Around, still relevant to this day.
Dear Mama.
Dear Mama. Keep your head up.
I mean, California Love, both versions.
The song he wrote for me, Bonnie and Clyde. You know, it's just a lot of stuff that I don't even want to go there because you know how I feel when
I ain't mad at you. If only haven't had a gather.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you. I mean, he wrote that because we was beefing. I don't want to go there because
I know it's going to start bringing you can start getting all emotional and
because we was beefing that day.
I know. Don't even know. Sis.
And then when he went into the studio, and he went into that studio, he was like, "I want you to sing. I want you to go on the record." And I was like, "Oh, Get Money." I was like, "That's my song, Get Money." I was like, "Oh, okay." Then he was like, "Fuck you in the click you clean." I was like, "Is this about Biggie?" I'm cool with Kim.
I remember he cussed you the fuck out and told you to leave the studio, but still kept your vocals.
But T-Pain, shut the fuck up. That's it. Because if I read more on Twitter, child, I find out T-Pain and said something else. Because next he gonna say something about Biggie.
Lord Jesus, and you know how I feel about Biggie. Anyway, everybody, thank you for listening to Weekend Sessions. Again, your host, Adrian Ford, with my lovely co-host, QTheContentGuy, aka Kelly Price, this week. Wearing the China Atlanta fashion line. For those who are looking online, look up China Atlanta fashion.
Sheen.
Bad bitch.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, look out for my other reviews. Look out for other episodes of Weekend Session. We are in season 2, so we have go back to season 1. Y'all gonna laugh the entire time, every video you watch. Don't forget to check out my reviews for Housewives. I'm about to do a review for Housewives tonight. And we'll see y'all next time on Weekend Sessions. And T-Pain, you can kiss my ass.
My ass too, T-Pain.
Bye.